Alright, so what we're going to be doing is making these 3D shapes in SketchUp. You're going to have a view like this that shows you the top, left, and right view. And if you look at this, see where the lines are and kind of imagine it from the top, right, and left. That is how you are going to make your shape when we do it in SketchUp. So here's the original shape again, and now let's go into SketchUp. So first thing we're going to do is make a square using your rectangle tool. Come down to the bottom here, and we're going to change this to 3 by 3 feet. So I'm just going to delete some of these things and put in the 3 by 3. This will make it the same length and width, and then we're going to also type in 3 feet for the height here. So we go to the push-pull tool, pull it up, and then go over to our box on the right where it's got the dimensions, and we'll change that to 3 feet. 3 with an apostrophe after it. And that will make us have a cube here of all 3 sides the same. Hit the select tool and do a square around the whole thing to select it. We're going to copy and paste this. Copy is Command C and paste is going to be Command V. And the reason we're going to do this is we're going to continue to, after we get done with each one, want to have this cube, and we don't want to have to keep doing it over and over. Alright, so now we're going to take this first cube and change it into the shape that I showed you at the beginning. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take that square out of the side of the cube, and we're just going to push it to the side. Use a rectangle and come down here and get it to where it says square. That's not as important, but push-pull tool, push it off to the side, and now you have that L shape on the one side, and if you look at it from top or bottom, you will see where the line splits it into like the shapes that we had. Then we're going to number this one. Put number 1 in the box here, and then just click off of the square somewhere so that it goes on there. And then we'll move on to number 2. So if you look at number 2 here, think about what shape we're going to draw on the one side and then push off just like we did the rectangle on the previous one. And here it is from another view. Can you see now? Finish that right view, and hopefully you can see that we're going to be cutting off a triangle. So we use the orbit to move it around so we can get to the side. We get our pencil tool, and it really doesn't matter where this is, you're just going to kind of eyeball that. And we're going to draw a line across there so that we complete a triangle that we can then push off to the side, just like we did on the previous one. And then we are going to number this one number 2. Alright, now on to number 6, and I don't care that the order is different. Just think about what part you're going to draw on the side to move over. Now, you should still have your cube in there, so just hit Command V, and it should copy another cube. You might want to stay one ahead of each of these. And out of the side, we're going to take 2 rectangles and push them off, leaving that middle section still in there. We orbit it around a little bit here to get a better angle. And I'm just going to take a rectangle here and a rectangle over here, trying to match them up. Usually it will kind of click into place for you. And then we're going to take the push-pull tool and push both of those rectangles off to the side, and then we have kind of this upside down T here for number 6. So we'll rotate that around and then put a number on it. I don't care if these numbers are not in order, as long as they're numbered so that I can tell what they are when I go to grade them. This one's number 8, and it's a little bit different, but it's similar. Instead of pushing it off to the side, we're going to push parts down. So the first part I'm going to push down is that half triangle, and then I'll take that section out of the part that's left over. So Command V again, once I get this positioned. Should put in our cube, and then we're going to rotate this with the orbit tool and get it so that we can see the top of the cube. And then we're going to go to our pencil tool and go across, making that triangle, and then we'll use the push-pull tool to push it down. And now what we have to do is take that chunk out of the top of the triangle that's higher. And again, we're going to orbit this around. And if you look at the original picture on the worksheet, you're going to do 2 lines going across like this, and they will go parallel. They kind of click into place for you. Then we'll orbit that around, and we're going to push that section down, but not all the way down to where we pushed the other one, just part way down. And then if you look at it, it will look like the thing we were going for number 8. And maybe orbiting that around so that you can see what it looks like from the front right and back side will also help as you learn to visualize these things. Next one we're going to do is number 11, and this one's a little bit more difficult and adds another kind of move that you need to learn. And the problem is the slanted sides that you have on this one. As you look at this, first thing we're going to do is get that column in the middle by pushing down the outside. So Command V, bring in another rectangle here, cube here, and then we are going to click off of it to get the select off of that, and go over to rotate, and we want to get the top up here. Rectangle tool, we're going to make that rectangle that will stay up, and we're going to push the outside area with the push-pull tool down. Now we don't have the slant yet, but we at least have the higher tower kind of thing happening there. This time we're going to use the move tool, and if you catch the midline with the light blue and bring that in, you want to see the words online so that you know you're hitting the edge of the tower that we have in the middle. And we'll do the exact same thing with this other side. Move tool again, catch the middle, go in, push it till you see that it's on edge, I think is what it says, not online. And then we'll do it to the front also. If you don't get those things on edge or on line, you end up with an extra line in there instead of having a line drawn on top of a line, which ends up becoming a problem for you if you are doing stuff in a 3D printer. So you do want to have some precision in doing that and make sure that you're on there. Go ahead and number that number 11, and then we're ready for our next one. So Command V again to paste in another cube. Click select and off of that so it's not selected anymore. And here's number 12, which basically has kind of chopped a triangle off of one corner of our cube. So what we're going to do here is go to the pencil tool, and we are going to draw lines where that corner would be. So you're going to go from top back to front, and then the front corner to the front top, and then across here. And that's the triangle we want to chop off. The way we're going to chop it off is to use the eraser tool to take out the lines of the corners, and that's how we get our triangle kind of chopped off the side. And again, you're going to want to number this then, number 12, I believe. You now have 6 done, and 12 to 15 is going to put you in A range. If you do more of these after that, it'll be extra credit for you.